Good morning, La Casa de Cristo and entire community. Welcome to our online worship and welcome to In Between Our Services. This is that which takes place in between the before and the after. This is the Interlude. So blessed to have you here on this beautiful Sunday morning. It is Vacation Bible Experience Week. This campus is being transformed. We're getting everything ready, getting everything in place for hundreds of kids to come onto our campus this week, and we are going to have a grand time. The theme this year is Uniquely You at the Zoo, celebrating that God made each of us just the way He wanted, unique and special. So I want to talk this morning with some of our helpers and volunteers and see what's going on. We're going to welcome Micah here. Good morning, Micah. How you doing?
Good. How about you?
Very good. Thank you. Thanks for being with us. Now, you're one of the helpers at Vacation Bible Experience. Tell everybody what you do.
So I'm going to be working in the kitchen with, other volunteers. And I'm going to be delivering snacks to all the other volunteers for helping out with everyone else.
This is so awesome. Thank you for your help.
Yep.
Now, we know that you have been part of Vacation Bible School for many, many years. Tell us what is like one big thing that you remember and look forward to every year about Vacation Bible Experience.
Well, I mean, I just like how all the kids have so much fun and like how they get to learn, even if they haven't learned about Him before.
Yes, thank you so much, Micah. You know, we couldn't do this without people like you, so we appreciate your help and we thank you for all that you do. I'm gonna have you give I'm gonna have Dr. Peterman come in here. So thank you, Micah. Dr. Peterman, good morning to you. You also help at Vacation Bible Experience. Tell us your role this week.
I work with the 4-year-olds and kinders, as they call them, and it's a polite swarm of kids, maybe 80 to 90 per group. So I have to not only teach them music, but also rely on many, many helpers to just get them seated.
Now, for somebody that's never helped or volunteered with Vacation Bible Experience before, tell us what that's like.
It's really a growth process. It's almost a little intimidating at first because there's so many kids, but they're all coming with the right spirit of the love of Christ and wanting to learn, whether it be through arts and crafts, singing, dancing. I know there's a bunch of games over there too. So my role, as you asked, is to teach them a bunch of songs, and I'm still trying to pick out the perfect song that we'll perform on Friday at the 5:30 service, but I have a whole bunch of traditional songs that I grew up learning and that most of the previous VBX kids have certainly been singing most of their life.
What a beautiful thing to be able to pass that on to the next generation. Now, as you go into the week, you mentioned at first, maybe it's a little intimidating, but you go into the week, you start to get to know the kids, and then especially by the end of the week, looking back on the whole experience, now what is it like as a volunteer?
It is very rewarding, very rewarding. As I said, a definite growth process, and I'm always I feel more confident if I have my binder full of songs that I know that they can sing, maybe a couple that'll challenge them that is beyond their scope a little bit, but we'll sing through. We kind of feel it out every now and then. If I just see a bunch of non-moving mouths, and I'm going to strike that song from the list. But otherwise, I find that there's some really good ones, and some of my helpers, I didn't know that there's a whole bunch of body language gestures that can go along with it that maybe I wasn't familiar with, but they knew them. So whenever they're able to use body gestures, especially 4-year-olds and 5-year-olds, that really helps the song. So I think the song that I might end up singing, Stacy actually suggested it, is the Butterfly song. So since we're talking about the zoo this week, it has a whole bunch of animals. And for example, if I were a butterfly, I thank you, Lord, for giving me wings. If I were a robin in a tree, I thank you, Lord, that I could. A lot of words. I think I've got some pictures somewhere that will have to show up, hold up to help them remember the words. But that probably is going to be my theme song for Friday.
How fun, how fun. Now, as you know, on the Interlude, one of the things we like to do is let people know about the behind the scenes of worship and talk more about all the elements that we had in worship this morning. So share with us about some of the music that we had today in worship.
I never say no to a gift. And one of our choir members, David McGann, he gifted me with a stack load of music about a year ago of organ music, and he wasn't able to really tell me what it was because it was remote at the time, but this fellow mailed me a whole stack of music. And today I played a prelude and a postlude from a book by Robert Hebel, is a composer, and he was an organist at Crystal Cathedral. And
Wow.
very, very well respected, and not only as an organist but also as a composer too. And he has some really fantastic hymn arrangements also. But I've been flipping through, and my prelude was a little esoteric, I'll say. It was based on paintings by Maurice Utrillo. I presume he's French. Because all the churches, it was sketches, Parisian venues, mostly churches, and painting a picture. And I love when I'm playing music, especially without words, trying to think, what is this music conveying in terms of pictures? And we actually took advantage of that today. I found 2 out of 3 of the sketches on which the compositions were based, and we threw them up just for a few seconds. May as well have not only an image for myself, but if I can, share it with my audience too.
What an interesting fun fact for today, that this music today is based on artistic painting.
Yeah,
Awesome.
sketches by Maurice Utrillo.
Oh, that is so fun. So now when we go into our next worship service, we can be thinking about that in the back of
absolutely.
our heads.
I'm probably going to put some of these on my next recital because there's more. There's 7 total, and they're really cute and very picturesque. And paints a picture literally with music. Yeah, I think they're recital worthy.
So now we got to know, when's the next recital?
I don't know. When should the next one? September. September was my one last year. September's coming kind of fast and furious. I don't know if I can get one in time, but last year, yeah. I even fell, tore my ACL, and still gave a recital. And
Yeah.
So maybe I can.
So nothing will stop you.
Nothing.
Very
Absolutely
good.
nothing.
Well, we look forward to that. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate you and all the music that you bring here. And if you weren't with us at the 8 a.m. service this morning, make sure you join us for 9:15. And keep that in the back of your head as we hear this beautiful music this morning, all the art that is behind that as well. We're going to head over here this way to what is going on over here. Chris, what is happening?
Good morning, Pastor Matt. How are you?
Great.
Well, we're going to make a tower of peanut butter and jelly, and I don't think that's going to stay there. So that is
What's this all about?
So, as you know, it's VBX week you were talking about, and I just kind of wanted to highlight Dr. Peterman's thing there. I mean, beautiful music throughout all of VBX. It really is.
Yeah.
It's a great week, and it culminates at the end, as you know, on Friday, which we'll live stream, a basically recital of all the things that these kids have learned all week, predominantly music.
So Friday night, we can tune in online and watch
That's
that.
right, at 5:30. So if you are here and you want to watch some excellent singing by a bunch of kids, tune in 5:30 this Friday night. But during VBX, and this used to be just a VBX thing where we would collect PB&J and collect as much as we can, and we decided why limit to VBX week? So all of July is peanut butter and jelly month.
And where does this go?
So this all goes to the Paradise Valley Food Bank, which is just it's a local place in our community which serves the needy, and people can come in there and grab whatever they need off the shelves. And during the hot summer months, it gets a little bone dry in there. So a good staple is PB&J. So we're happy to do it this year. We're trying to. I'm not sure what our record was last year. Do you recall that?
I don't recall, but I know we'll beat it.
It's got to be, I think, more than this, but.
Well, hey, this is just the start, right?
This is just the start. So last month was Water Drive month. We hit a record last month of over 20,000 bottles, which thanks be to God. What an amazing feat for the Phoenix Rescue Mission.
And this is so fun for our summertime here. What a great thing we get to do as a church. We got the water drive. We had an amazing water drive. Now we turn right to the peanut butter and jelly. And like we said, this is just the start, right? So all month, we're going to be collecting this, and we're doing it in worship also as an act of our worship, right?
So this is going to be like almost those thermometer things that you see drawings of. This is going to be what, as you see each Sunday, this is going to grow and grow and grow.
We wanted
and grow.
to just take over this whole space.
I want this to be as tall as we are.
Yeah, that is so fun. So we got until the last weekend of July to bring in the PB&J, and then we have some incredible volunteers that are going to help us pack it all up and take it down. By the way, if you'd like to be included in that, we're always in need of volunteers to help us, because this is going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot of work. So the more hands, the better. If you would like to help with that, please contact our church office. And at the end of July, we're going to take all of this down to the Paradise Valley Food Bank.
Yeah, and if you are sitting at home and you aren't able to come down to the church, you can give online. You can give money. We always accept that for the Paradise Valley Food Bank. If you go to our website and go under our give page and look at Paradise Valley Food Bank, you can donate to them, and then all this money goes towards this and the water drive, and each month we have a new thing.
Yep.
Don't quiz me on what August is, but maybe do you know?
Could it possibly be mac and cheese?
Oh, that's right, mac and cheese month.
Yes.
How could I forget?
Yes, but when we get to August, we'll talk about that. For now, it's all about the PB&J, so bring it down. Plastic jars, please, plastic jars. Even if you want to order some and send it down, if you want to give some money towards it, we'll get all that to the food bank there. Chris, I have a different question for you.
Sure.
I know that you've also been helping for many years at Vacation Bible Xperience. What are some of the fun memories and excitement that you see happen at VBX?
Oh, goodness. So I've been doing it for, it's been quite a few years now. And what was really fun was when my own nephews came up. And they were actual, students at in Vacation Bible School. And the older one said to me, he's like, I'd like to come back and help. Well, they have now since grown. They're 16 and 12, I guess, and they're both actually volunteering. So they've gone through the program.
Oh, wonderful.
And they're both volunteering this month. I was trying to get them here today, but their mother said they don't get up until 8:45. So
Okay, well, they got a big week ahead of them. They got to
do.
get their rest.
they got to get their rest.
Yeah.
But that's one of the fun memories. And just I was stuck with the third graders at first. And I thought, oh man, what am I going to do with all these
You're
third graders?
stuck with them. Is this how we say this?
Well, I was thinking, maybe more of some older kids, and so third graders turns out are the best. It's a sweet spot of these kids. They are so receptive to listening, and anyway, that's fun. I mean, I wasn't stuck with them. Anyway, I requested third grade after that from the time on.
Well, in all seriousness, it is kind of like what Dr. Peterman was saying. You go into it, at the beginning of the week, and it can be overwhelming.
Oh, sure.
There's so many kids, there's so many people, and you think like, what in the world's going on? By the end of the week, fast forwarding to the end, it's like, oh, that was one of the most amazing things I've ever done.
So amazing, because you develop relationships with these kids, especially if you're a student or a teacher. And going back to what you said, it's terrifying. It is terrifying because as someone that, it's not a school teacher or whatever. You're got 20 kids in front of you, and you're responsible for them all.
Yeah.
So, but there's a great system. They do a great job over there in the VBX office of making sure you're counting your kids, and like I say, it's just you're taking them to crafts and to music and all these different things, and it is so amazing to see them kind of flourish and learn, and like I say, you get to know them all, and it's like they feel like your kids, they're your own kids almost.
Yeah, and that is a great thing for all of us to keep in mind that, if we feel intimidated by that and we're like, oh, I could never serve, that's not me. Well, guess what? We all feel that way, right? We all go into it thinking like, oh, no, this couldn't be me. God calls us into this work, though. Even in the Bible, God calls Moses, and Moses says, oh, no, that's not for me. But the truth is, we have so many people that feel that way. They come onto campus, they serve through the week, and then they have an incredibly blessed time.
They certainly do. And I'm going to do a shout out to one of I don't know if my VBX mentors, but my friend Howard Pauls. I was in the meeting with him, and I said, Howard, I don't know. This is the first time. He looks at me, he turns, he goes, Chris, you'll do great.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's good old Howard.
It's good old Howard.
Yeah.
And to this day, I look at Howard, and he looks at me and says, you're going to do great. So these are relationships you
and what
keep
a great
for
example
years
with
and
Howard
years.
for us all. He's a great servant here
Certainly
and does incredible work, and we're grateful for him and all of our volunteers. So we're going into a wonderful week here.
We are. It's so exciting, and we're so excited for it. So, yeah.
All kinds of the great things happening. We're always reminding ourselves that summer, the ministry doesn't stop here. We've had women's Bible studies through the summer. The high schoolers are getting ready to go on a big trip right after
Big trip.
VBX.
Oh, yeah.
So just so many things happening. We all can participate in the PB&J drive. So many things to do here at the church. We're always reminded it's not just about coming and sitting in a pew, but it is about actively participating in the life of the church. So thank you for being involved in that as well.
I completely agree. It kind of reminds me of Pastor Jeff's sermon. It's just this week
Yes.
is just today is a pit stop, and it was a good visual.
Yep, and be the salt.
Yeah,
right.
Be the salt.
Be the salt in the world. So there's your encouragement for this week here at La Casa de Cristo. Be the salt of the world. Thanks to the words of Pastor Jeff in his sermon today. If you didn't hear that at 8 a.m., make sure you tune in for the 9:15 or the 10:30 worship service. You'll hear a wonderful message this morning from Pastor Jeff, and we're grateful for that. So I can see behind us here all kinds of people coming in for worship. We're getting ready to go into the 9:15 a.m. worship service, so stay tuned. Continue to join us here. This has been the Interlude. God bless you all.